If you're new to starting seeds indoors and you're having some problems, maybe you're getting a little mold on the top of your soil, maybe some green algae, and you're not feeling real good about it and not sure what to do, well then this video is definitely for you. I'll walk you through a list of items that you really must have in order to have healthy seedlings. I'm also going to show you two new things that I just started doing this year. And at the end of the video, the one I show you might even save you some money. Hi, I'm John from Backyard Food Garden. Let's dive right in with our first must-have item, which is some type of grow light. There's a lot of different options out there depending on your budget. You can go with a standard fluorescent or LED shop light, or you can invest in a grow light like I have here. The choice is ultimately yours, but you gotta get those plants off the windowsill. You see, when light is too far away from the plants, they become long and leggy, and that is not what we want. We want nice, strong, stocky plants that are nice and healthy, just like this one. And that's why I keep my lights about 1 to 2 inches above our plants. The grow lights you see here I purchased from Harbor Freight, and the nice thing about them is you can put them in series. As you can see, this one is connected to this one, and then this one is connected up to this one. And that is really important for my room because I only have 2 outlets in my room. That being said, you probably need a couple power strips to plug in all of your accessories. And as you can see here, I have an outlet with a smart plug in it. And then my power strip is plugged into the smart plug. And what that does is everything will turn off and turn on automatically. The next must-have item, like we had mentioned, is some type of smart plug or timer so that everything turns on and turns off automatically. Now, I have my grow lights on 16 hours a day, so it's just so convenient for them to go on and off. It's just one less thing to worry about. There is one item that is next on our list that I do like to turn off and on manually, and that is our heat mats. Now, as soon as the tray starts to germinate, I turn that heat mat off. And you can sprout without a heat mat, but it definitely makes them sprout faster. The one thing that has really helped me is labeling all of my shelves. When you have a setup like this, you get a lot of wires. So I like to label everything. In this way, I don't have to search around for which heat mat I'm turning off. Everything is labeled. You know, the number one problem people have with seed starting is overwatering. And I'll be the first to admit, even after 50 years of gardening, I still overwater my plants sometimes. Why is that? Well, whether you're in your basement like I am, or in your garage, or maybe you set this up in a family room or someplace, regardless of where it is, when you come into your space, you feel like you have to do something for your seedlings, right? Well, the best thing might just be to leave them alone. Just check your soil, make sure it's moist, but try to be careful not to overwater. And that's why this next item is so important. You must have some type of fan or oscillating fan, which is even better, to create air circulation for your seedlings. And this is really important because it not only takes care of getting rid of mold on the top of your soil, but also that green algae slime won't show up. And another benefit is if you take a look at this plant, that wind will cause this to dance. And that's really important because that's going to create a nice strong stem from this little guy exercising. Look at this guy. He's a little avocado plant. Isn't that nice? I planted him from a seed from a store-bought avocado. You know why I did that? Because I can. Now, at the beginning of this video, I told you I would show you 2 things that I just started doing this year, and here's the first. Most shop lights or grow lights come with chains and S-hooks to hang the lights. Well, I swapped these out for bungee cords, and here's why. With bungee cords and wire shelving, it's very easy to move the lights up and down. So as you can see, if I want to move that light up, I just stretch it out and hook it onto the next rung. If I want to lower that light, same thing, I just lower it and hook it onto a lower one. Easy peasy. Our next item is some type of water source. Now hopefully you have a sink or a faucet nearby, but if you're like me, I'm down here in my basement and I just don't have anything available. So I'm using this giant cooler and it's really helping me from going up and down the stairs. I also wanted to show you this table that I made for my water jug. It's nothing fancy, it's just a piece of furniture that I made, and you can make this stuff in your own home just with a saw and a couple 1x3s. So here's what it looks like. This probably took about a half hour to make. The rest of the items I'm going to show you are not necessarily must-have items, but you probably will want to use them. As you can see, I have aluminum foil to reflect back the light. And this got quite expensive pretty quick because I had to use 2 layers of heavy-duty aluminum foil in order to keep it from tearing. Now, I'm sure there are more expensive options out there that I could have used, but I like doing things on the cheap. So what I did is I found emergency blankets, and that's how I did my entire bottom row for $3. And that is great because these emergency blankets are really big and they go a long way. And you can even find them on clearance sometimes at like Walmart. I've seen them at the dollar store, and they really do a good job of reflecting the light back. So now you know how to save some money. As you can see, I have a water pitcher here with a long spout that helps get into those seeding trays because I always water from the bottom. And when I start my seedlings, I have this mister here, which I can pump up and spray the tops of those seedlings just like this. I also have containers for mixing my seed starting soil. As you can see, we have some beautiful coconut coir in here. I also make an awesome seed starting mix. And this year we added one ingredient that has been a real game changer for our seedlings. If you would like to know what that ingredient is and how we make our seed starting mix, watch this next video.